is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane, Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business, car key replacements, and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
If If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Sloman's, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Sports Grill on Bird Road, Miami Lakes, and their newest location in Doral is now hiring. If you're looking to join a great company and South Florida institution, give them a ring or drop an email. Sports Grill is hiring all kinds of positions from hostess to servers, bartenders, or join the kitchen staff to craft some great food for their amazing customers. Please send your resume to m.cruz@sportsgrillmiami.com or call 305-219-5726. That's 305-219-5726. Sports Grill. Good food, good drink, good friends. The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by Caneswear. Go to caneswear.com, where all orders over $99 get free shipping. Sloman's Total Home Security. Protect your home with the best in the business. 1-800-ALARM-ME for the company serving America for nearly 100 years. 1-800-ALARM-ME. Tommy B. Butts Junior Enterprises.com. Licensed roofing contractor. 100% financing is available. Go to Tommy B. Butts Junior Enterprises.com.
When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
There we go. All right. There we go. All right. Now we're locked and loaded and ready to rock and roll from Caneswear, 2511 South University Drive in Davie. I see everybody on the chat board like, yo, can't hear you. Can't hear you. Everybody else can hear us in the mall, but hopefully, yeah, it's all good now. Everybody's coming through now. Yes. So we're out here at Davie, and if you want to come by to 2511 South University Drive, come on by. I was just inside the store, and they've got all these killer neon signs, cane signs. They're actually really cool, man, for your sports room or your bar, all that kind of stuff. And of course, they got a lot of Heat gear, a lot of Panthers gear. So we got the playoffs going on right now. Inter Miami is in action tomorrow, taking on the Red Bulls from New York. You can also get some Inter Miami stuff. They got some really groovy, different colors of Marlins and Canes and Heat hats that aren't their traditional normal colors. So you could kind of mix it up. And if you have like different colored shirts, they don't go with the traditional color that you may have for a Heat or or a Marlins cap, but they've got like yellow and light blue and like different kind of colors. It's actually really, really cool. I didn't want to mess too much with the hats, but I'll show you some stuff here in a minute. But anyway, so appreciate all of you as always out there tuning in. It is a big night tonight for the Miami Heat. Tonight at 8:30. Now, listen, it's not that it's a must-win tonight, but it's a must performance. Let's just say, because really, the Heat aren't in the same position of the Panthers. The Panthers, by the way, sometimes I hear some of the, and I get it, sometimes it's, programming that's tied to the, what politically one way or another to the team or whatever, and splits aren't acceptable for the Panthers. Let's win at least one to bring it back to Game 5. Well, that's not good enough. But anyway, we'll get to that later. But just kind of funny when I hear people think about just winning 1 of 2 in Tampa. But anyway, the Heat, they've got to win 1 of 2. They've got to split the series, tie it up again at 2-2, and then you have a 3-game series with 2 of them at home, and you take care of business. But what you can't have tonight for the Miami Heat is a blowout. It's not that it's acceptable to lose, but you got to have one hell of an effort that convinces you that, hey, you tweak a little thing here or there, you win Game 4. That's the worst case scenario tonight. It cannot be a blowout, because a blowout, and you've got 2 back-to-back blowouts, that doesn't make you feel good for Game 4. See what I'm saying? So today, it's about either winning or losing a really close game because you played really, really well and something happened, the ball bounced their way, they edged you, whatever. That's fine. That shows you that, okay, Game 2 was the aberration, and that Game 3, hey, we kind of fixed everything. Now you got to kind of fix everything into Game 4. So to me, that's where it really stands right now for the Heat. Tonight is a night where you've got to have an outstanding performance. And I already saw it on the chat board, some people talking about Oladipo and all that, and Tyler Herro's the guy. Tyler Herro is the guy, not Bam. Bam can get all motivated if he wants for one game or whatever. I've already lost hope with Bam. Okay, Bam's a hell of a player. He's a hell of a defensive player. He just doesn't have it for offense. Okay? He just doesn't have it. He has no drive to be great on offense. His whole thing is on defense. Oh, and by the way, you had no steals and no blocks, Bam. That's what I need from Bam tonight. 15 rebounds. Whatever you get in points is a bonus because you're a garbage offensive player. And then on defense, bro, get blocks. Luka Doncic yesterday had 3 steals and a block. And Dallas can't play defense. That's why they lost yesterday. So, Bam, bro, play defense. Play defense and play your ass off. I don't need you on offense anymore. I'm not asking for your offense. Whatever you get, bro, 10, 12, 14 points, it's a bonus. We'll take it. You're not an offensive player, okay? You have no balls for offense. You have no desire. You have no fire. You're not a leader on offense. So let's just put Bam Adebayo away for offense already, okay? I don't care about Bam's offense. Whatever we get from his scrubby offense, because that's all it is. It's a scrubby offense. It's nothing. He's got a nothing game because he's got no balls in that game. It's about Tyler Herro. Okay? Not Oladipo, Tyler Herro. Tyler Herro's the guy that's the 6th man of the year. Tyler Herro's the guy that's done it before. He did it in the bubble, and he had a hell of a year this year. And tonight, Tyler Herro has to say, I'm Robin. I'm Robin and Jimmy's Batman, because he's the guy that's going to be on the court a lot. He's the guy that's going to handle the ball a lot. He's the guy that can penetrate, create, score, shoot. He can do it all. but he's got to. What needs to be shed is his respectful space, I think, is what's happening with him. He defers to Lowry whenever he's on the court. He defers to, of course, Jimmy Butler. He defers to Bam Adebayo. He defers to PJ Tucker. No more deferring. Jimmy, you don't want the ball, I'm taking over. Did you watch the Dallas game at all? Well, okay, so if it's not Doncic, it's who? Brunson, right? Okay, that's what I want. That's what I want. I want Tyler Herro to become Jalen Brunson. And I'm talking about Jalen Brunson's balls. Because that's a tough sumbitch, bro. If there's something I admire the hell out of Jalen Brunson is, he is fearless. He's the small guy that will post you up. Do you know what kind of a fearless sumbitch you got to be a short guy, and you want to post you up, and he's a whirling dervish under that paint. He'll work his way around, try to create space one way or another with his speed. He is relentless. That's what I want from Tyler Herro. I want Tyler Herro to grab Jalen Brunson's attitude and bring it with him on the court. And I want Tyler Herro to just tell everybody on the court, yo, I'm here to take over. I'm here to shoot. Oh, Jimmy, you hesitating? Give me the ball right now. I want him to be Mr. Aggressive from here on out. It's time. It's time. He even talked about it after winning the award for sixth man. He was basically saying, I'm more than that. I want to be a starter, that kind of stuff. He basically told you that sixth man is nice. That's just a stepping stone. Well, here you go, dude. Here's the stage. LeBron James several years ago graduated from NBA stud school here in Miami in Game 6 against the Celtics. That's when he crossed the threshold of saying, yeah, I got to be a son of a bitch. Time for Tyler Herro to become a son of a bitch and do it against the Celtics, just like LeBron did. That's the guy tonight that has to take over opposite of Jimmy Butler. And I'm hoping that that's his attitude going into this game. I'm hoping he realizes that if he said it himself, if he wants to take the next step, here's the stage. And it's not like he can't do it. We saw it in the bubble. So time, it's here. It's now. I want to see Tyler Herro elevate himself tonight and take it to the next level and stay there. I don't want to see any of this Bam bullshit. I'm tired of Bam already. Okay? Love Bam. I know what he is already. Now I'm going to look at him for what he is. A defensive player that whatever you get from him on offense is a bonus. That's it. No fire. No desire to be great on offense. None whatsoever. But Tyler has it. Tyler has it. Tyler wants it. He now has to take hold of it. That's the guy I'm looking for tonight. Sure, Kyle Lowry's going to play tonight probably. We'll talk to Ira Winderman in the latter part of the second hour, somewhere after 12:30. We'll get in contact with Ira, and he, of course, will be covering shoot-around and everything else. So he'll give us the latest. But it looks like Lowry's going to play, and so is PJ Tucker. So that's good. But Lowry's not going to save your ass. An older player who's out of shape with a hamstring injury is not going to come in now and all of a sudden become a 25-point scorer and, and a whirling dervish on defense and shut everybody. No. He'll help you on defense. He'll help you on offense. He'll definitely run the offense for you, but he's not going to be your savior. Tyler Herro needs to be a savior tonight. Sure, Bam Adebayo's got to do his part on defense. PJ Tucker's got to do his part on defense, hit some threes. Strus has got to do something. Caleb has got to pitch in. Everybody's got to contribute. There's no doubt Oladipo's got to come off that bench and help out, but it's Tyler Herro, man. Tyler Hero's the guy that has to take over. All right, the Welton Rayom text line, 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056. If you want to get in on the program, that's how you reach out to us on the Welton and Rayom text line, 855-912-1056. And speaking of the Heat, they've got all kinds of great stuff out here at 2511 South University Drive in Davie. You're going to be hanging out at the house. You're going to a bar. You know, you want a Heat culture shirt, baby. Look at that. Look at that. That's a beautiful thing right there. A Heat culture shirt. You can get it. You can get this. You can get all kinds of other things here at Caneswear, 2511 South University Drive in Davie. So come on out and check it out. Here's another white hot Heat shirt. It's a good one for the ladies too. Little white hot. Huh? There you go. So they got all kinds of stuff here. Hats and, I mean, you name it, man. All kinds of, anything and everything with a Canes logo they've got here at Caneswear. 2511 South University Drive in Davie. So come on out and say hi to us. We'll be out here till a little after 1 o'clock and having some fun. So we definitely would appreciate you guys coming by and talking. I don't, I wouldn't call Bam mentally soft. I don't think he's mentally soft. I just think Bam has no drive offensively. He has no desire to be great offensively. That's all. He's very passive because he can be, a force defensively for you. I just hate. I'm just tired of, we got to motivate Bam. Oh, Bam's got to get motivated for this. I'm a little tired of that, bro. I'm 55 years old. I don't need to get motivated to do this every day. I don't, man. I bring energy every effing day to this. I do this like I give a shit, like I care, because I care. You know what I mean? And so does this dude right here next to me. And if I have to motivate you, I don't want to work with you. When we were running 12-10 and onsite, if I had to motivate somebody to do their job, that person would not last with me 2 seconds. And that's something that tires me about Bam. It tires me that we have to keep trying to get you motivated, bro, to be this or to be that. And I'm just tired of it because he's not that. It's all at this point. If I have to motivate you, if I have to talk to you about your responsibilities offensively, then it's over already, dude. It's over. See, with Tyler, I think it's something that's been corralled. And I think he defers a little too much. And I think he needs to stop saying, I think with Tyler's different. Tyler, you just need to unleash it already and let it go. And he needs to just but Bam does not have it. And he never will. It's just not in him. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he becomes some kind of a late bloomer or something. But by this point, bro, what more do you need? You got your contract already. My God, what more do you need to go out there and go do your damn job? So with Bam, I'm done with it. Just go do your job defensively, bro. That's all I would tell him. Just go be Dennis Rodman. Just go be that Ben. What was it? Ben, with the guy for the Detroit Pistons, Ben Wallace. Just be that dude. You know what I'm saying? Who's that dude now? That's just like defense on a team right now. Oh, the guy from Atlanta that didn't play against the Heat, the tall kid. Oh, damn it. He came from Houston, huh? Capella, Clint Capella. Be a Clint Capella. I don't need your offense, bro. I already know. You have no balls for offense. You don't care about offense. You don't care about being great. Nothing, dude. You don't want the ball in the key moment. You don't want the ball in the post. You don't want it at all. So that's fine, bro. Just be a garbage offensive player, which is what you are. You're just a garbage offensive player. Now go play defense. That's what I would do now if I'm the Heat. Why bog yourself down? Why, if you're the Heat, why do I have to motivate you to be? No. Look, Bam, we don't care about your offense anymore. Just grab rebounds and any putbacks you want. Go ahead. There's going to be no offense for you. Not that they run any offense for you. Not that they should run any offense for you because you don't deserve it. But you need to sit down with him and say, Bam, we need you to grab every rebound in sight, block as many shots and steals. We don't care about your offense anymore. We've realized that you're not an offensive player. You might as well insult him. That's kind of what you need. You kind of need to insult him and say, hey, Bam, we got it. We understand now. You don't want to be an offensive player. You don't care about offense. You're practically a pussy on offense. Let's just call it like we see it, right? You've got nothing. There's nothing for you on offense, right? So the only thing you can do is play defense, right? That's who you are, right? You don't want to develop your skill set enough. So do me a favor, brother. 15 rebounds, get me 3 blocks, get me 3 steals, and that's how you can earn your money. We don't care about your offense. That's all. And maybe he gets excited and starts to play king-size garbage time offense and starts to scoop up every offensive rebound and put back because he realizes now there'll be no offense for him anymore. That's all. Because that's what Bam is, bro. And unfortunately, the Florida Panthers are stuck with 2 Bam Adebayos and no Jimmy Butlers. That's the sad part. Sasha Barkov and Jonathan Huberdeau are Bam Adebayos, not Jimmy Butlers. No balls, no guts, no desire to be great in the great moments. None. So it is what it is. Bam is what he is. Go get 15 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 steals. You can do that, Bam. That you can do. You can't get me 17 points tonight because you're not skilled enough. You don't have the balls. You have no desire, nothing whatsoever. You have no fire. So focus on defense, Bam. That's what you are. 855-912-1056. No, he's not even Gobert. You know that? He's not even Gobert on defense. I just told you. Luka Doncic had 3 steals and a block yesterday. Bam couldn't come up with a steal or a block in game 2 against the Celtics. Do you know how pathetic that is? Do you know how embarrassing that is? It's not embarrassing that Bam is not a force on offense. That should no longer be a surprise. That should not be something that should disappoint you. That's the norm. But if he doesn't get steals and blocks, that's unacceptable. Because that's what he can do. He can't be an offensive player. Okay, let's just face that. But he has to be a defensive force. And if you're not getting blocks and steals, what are you good for, Bam? What are you good for, dude? So this is the postseason where we find out if Jonathan Huberdeau, if Bam Adebayo, and Sasha Barkov, if their BBs will ever drop. That's what we're going to find out. Because I don't care about what you do in the regular season. Show me what you do in the postseason when it matters. That's what I want to see. And for those of you that don't know, this is the new theme song of the Panthers. So there you go. Oh, and Bam Adebayo, because he is a big pussycat. I mean, it really pisses me off that guy has to be motivated by now. So $200 million doesn't motivate you, bro? Want to be great? Isn't it like a $200 million contract? How much was it? Like 190 something, right? Doesn't that motivate you, bro? Shit, unemployment motivates me. $200 million can motivate you? I find that pathetic. I find it embarrassing. 5 years, 163? Oh, I'm sorry. He's only making 163 million. My apologies. 163 million can't really motivate you to be great. I'm sorry. How much? So average salary 32.6 million. Yeah, no, that's not enough to motivate you. Nah. So for $32 million, you get 6 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists, no steals, no blocks. Oh, okay. You're lying? Oh, he's lying. Sean is lying apparently now. Oh, there's an escalator that could take it to 195. Okay, all right. Is there a dumb waiter that can take it down to 25?
It doesn't look that way. Yeah, because
No,
I remember the 195
number. There isn't a dumb waiter that can take it down to 25 million?
Nothing that can bring it down.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so, I mean, there's an escalator. I would like a dumb waiter.
Yeah, because I remember the 195 being a number, and I couldn't remember why I'd heard that number, but there's an escalator that can take it up to 195. 163 is guaranteed.
Right. And by the way, for those of you that are like under 40 or something, a dumb waiter is it's an elevator that they use as a service elevator in hotels and stuff, just in case. Yeah, I got to worry about young people because they haven't been around long and they don't really know much. Tua will shock the league. Okay, well, we're not talking about that at the moment. Maybe there just happens to be. Maybe they're just happy to be there. It happened to the Dolphins the first time. Nah, I don't think that that's the case. And let's not compare the Dolphins of those days to anything that's going on right now, please. None of those teams are at that level. Because that was a great team that was brewing. Watch it. That's a huge comparison there. Talk about a team that went to 3 straight championships. That's a whole different ballgame. I love the sign with the IBS behind you. Oh, okay, I see. All right, well, come on over to Caneswear and get it, bro. All these signs are available to you. Signs everywhere, a sign. That's what it is. It's all over here. All kinds of signs here. I was just going to say that, Big O, having a job motivates me. Exactly. I mean, just it's the weirdest thing that we're still talking about Bam Adebayo and his shortcomings. Like, that's embarrassing. Like, isn't Bam Adebayo embarrassed himself? Doesn't he, look at that box score and say, man, dude, I'm a loser. I didn't block a shot. I didn't steal the ball. I had 9 rebounds. Does he look at himself in the mirror and say, wow, I stole a lot of money tonight? I'm just wondering. I mean, when are people held accountable here? That's what I want to know. Do you hold people accountable? Miami Heat, are you holding Bam Adebayo accountable? Is Jimmy Butler rattling this guy's cage? Is Pat Riley coming down? Look, I don't necessarily look at Spo as Mr. Motivator. I think he's more Mr. Cerebral. than anything else. And I don't look at him as Mr. Intimidation, get in your face guy. But, somebody's got – Alonzo Mourning's got to walk over, yo, young fella, what the hell are you doing? And not hell, okay? Hell's too much of a nice word. It's got to be like an F-bomb in there. Like, what are you doing, bro? Are you the guy or what? Because you're playing like a wuss. And again, the W's not the right letter. Somebody's got to corner that guy and say, yo, enough's enough already, dude. What are you, a little millennial bitch? Do you not know what it is to have responsibilities and you have to come through? And like, people are tired of talking about that you don't do enough. And why does that have to come up already? Didn't they give you your damn contract? Well, then when are you going to do your part? Does anybody get into Bam's face and tell him that? Does anybody get in his face and tell him 6 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists? Really, Bam? Let me repeat that again. 6 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. No steals, no block. Really, Bam? Dude, can you be any more of a bum? All right, somebody needs to treat him harshly. Tough love has to come around. I get it. Millennials and Generation Zs, they fold like cheap tents when it comes to tough love. I get it. I understand that. It's a little harder to communicate with younger people in today's world. You got to kind of pussyfoot around with the whole thing. But, brother, they gave you $200 million, man. It's a tough game, tough moment. You're not a barista, my brother. You're not at a bakery. You're inside an NBA game. And the Boston Celtics are cutting your heart out. And the Williams boys are coming off the bench, playing with the kind of fire and desire you're not. So, listen, man, when it all depends on what we're talking about. Lots of professions, you don't need desperation. Lots of professions, you don't need mental toughness. It's a lot of them like that. This isn't one of them. This is the NBA. This is the highest level of basketball, and you're in the Eastern Conference Finals for the rights to go to the NBA Finals. It's cutthroat, man. I mean, if you want it easy, Bam, then join the 3-on-3 league and go play with a whole bunch of old and over-the-hill basketball players where none of it really matters. Somebody has got to get in Bam's face because this has got to stop already. He's got to watch Dwayne Wade tapes. He needs to watch Alonzo Mourning. He needs to watch Dan Marley, even with a busted back. He needs to watch Jimmy Butler. Oh, wait, doesn't he watch Jimmy Butler every night? Doesn't he have one of the better seats in the house to watch Jimmy Butler, Sean? Oh, okay. Because last time I checked, I think he sets like one hell of an example of how you're supposed to play in the NBA. There's nothing soft about Jimmy Butler. There's nothing passive about Jimmy Butler. So I don't know. Bam's around Jimmy Butler, and he can't be more like Jimmy Butler. Think about that. I've seen more from Caleb Martin trying to be like Jimmy Butler than Bam Adebayo ever has been. And again, why are we still talking about this guy 5 years in about whether he can turn it on a consistent basis? That's pathetic. That's embarrassing. You know, when you're the Heat, you have to stop Jimmy Butler from going too much and too far because he might hurt himself. When you're the Heat, you've got to be careful with PJ Tucker because he might push himself too much. I don't see that with Bam. Spoelstra says Lowry and Tucker will warm up tonight with the intention to play. There we go. Does Lowry start warming up now? Okay. As long as they don't warm up like Robert Kraft does at an Asian day spa, that's all right. Then we're good. Just warm up on the court, not in an Asian day spa. That's another way of warming up. Jose Lucas, thank you for the love on the super chat. He says, props to Reed calling Bam and Herro out no shows. Yeah, I mean, it was one of those polite ways of talking about, but it's obvious. I mean, Panther people are talking about Huberdeau and Barkov have to be, I mean, but those are obvious. They're obvious. Now with Bam, I just want him to step up defensively. That's it. I'm not going to ask any more offense. I'm not even going to get into that anymore. Like I told you already, he's a garbage offensive player. That's what he is. He'll never be a really good offensive player because he doesn't want to be. He has no desire, no fire, no nothing. Okay, I've given up on Bam, the offensive player. Okay, but now, bro, I need 15 rebounds every night. I need multiple blocks. I need multiple steals. I need defense. That's what I want from Bam Adebayo. I just want you to be Ben Wallace. I just want you to be Dennis Rodman. I just want you to be Clint Capella. I don't care about your offense, bro. Don't care about it. Be dominant defensively because that's all you can do. That's all. And that's what they need to tell him. No problem. Hey, Bam, don't worry about offense anymore. But you better go get us 15 rebounds. And 7 of them better be offensive. Find a way, get it done. That's it. Hey, no more pressure on your offense, kid. Just go focus on defense. We'll take care of the offense. Maybe the Celtics are too much. We'll find out. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I think the Heat will split there in Boston, and I think people will calm down after that. But I need to see it to believe it, that the Celtics are that much better. You know, I was talking with a buddy of mine, and he goes, you don't think they're that much better? I said, no. I need to see that it's habitual. I don't overreact on one game in the NBA, a league that is full of runs and lucky nights and hot nights and cold nights and on nights and off nights. And I'm just not that guy yet. I need to see it thoroughly before I believe it. So if I see the Celtics take care of business here, then I'm going to tell you, yeah, you're right. You're right. But I think the Heat, I think Jimmy's going to motivate these guys, except for Bam, because nobody motivates Bam clearly, and get them motivated to play their asses off. Yeah. Let's see. Good morning, Big O. Your Saban has more passion than Bam. Yeah, but your Saban can't play the defense Bam can play. Bam has to just focus on defense. That's all. Saban tucked his tail between his legs real quick. Haven't seen him apologize that fast. Well, that's because he knows what's coming now. Now he knows he opened up a can of crap that is coming his way. And nobody deserves more crap coming their way than Nick Saban. Yeah, if you're going to suck at offense, at least defend. This dude was crying about not getting Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, well, the other night, it proves why Bam Adebayo doesn't deserve Defensive Player of the Year. You don't play like a Defensive Player of the Year. Somebody's got to tell him that, by the way, that real Defensive Players of the Year are a force every night, no matter what. Somebody better tell him that. Tell him, hey, 9 rebounds, no blocks, no steals, and you want to be Defensive Player of the Year? Really? That's insulting, Bam. Oh, but I get it. You're a millennial. You're entitled. You think you're entitled. You didn't want to earn it, actually. I got you. I got you, millennial. Jose Lucas, we're already beat Boston in Boston in a fight for the number 1 seed. They were all healthy. This is just about Boston wanting that game 2 more than us. Nobody decided to show up. Amen. That's what I'm looking at, Jose. And that's why I believe that the Heat will win 1 of 2 here, and people will calm down and they say, okay, listen, if you don't have faith in the Panthers, dude, I understand. I don't have faith in the Panthers. But I have faith in the Heat. This is a great organization. They've got terrific players overall. Jimmy Butler's an exceptional leader. So I'm counting on them to bounce back because they've done this before. And they've gone to places that we never expected them, like when they went to the finals in the bubble. So I refuse to not have faith in the Heat. I always have faith in the Heat. Did I like what happened in game 2? Hell no. But am I going to get to the point where a lot of you out there are overreacting, thinking, oh, no, Boston is 100 times better? See, Marcus Smart and Horford came in, and it made all the difference in the world, and the Heat can't counter that. Oh, that's a bunch of crap. The Heat have their own guys. And by the way, Marcus Smart is the same guy that I saw him piss away a game all by himself against the Bucks. Same exact guy. Okay? Same exact guy. I saw him make 2 critical errors at the end of the game against the Bucks and give away a game. So, and he's a hell of a player, don't get me wrong, but let's not make it sound like, oh my God, with these 2 guys, it's over. They're so much better, so much deeper. No, bull crap. The Heat played like garbage. I expect Tyler to respond to this. I expect a lot of these guys to respond to this. I even expect Bam to respond on the defensive side. I don't know if he'll do it 2 games in a row, but at least tonight, I can see him after getting some crap for 2 days. And I would imagine somebody in the organization reached out to Bam and said, yo, what's up, dude? So even Bam, I expect him to play with some desperation on defense. So I expect the Heat to have a fire lit under their ass for these next 2 games. They know they have to at least split. It's not that loser mentality that I've seen from some people in the Panthers or around the Panthers. Well, they got to at least win 1 of 2. That's a loser-ass mentality for the Panthers. Well, we got to have at least game 5 back here. What? So after the season you've had, the best you think you can do is 1 of 2 in Tampa? And you think that that's a good thing to come back down 3-1? That's loser mentality, bro. John Rouse is in the house. Typical Heat to give someone like Bam $200 million. He's getting paid like he's a superstar. Yeah, it's true. That's 100% right. The Heat screwed up with that contract because he's not a superstar. He'll never be a superstar. So yeah, no, it's a good point on your part. The Heat screwed up on that one because it's not if he can't get it. He can't get it offensively. So if he can't get it offensively, yeah, he's not worth the money. That there's no doubt. And by the way, if you're not going to be worth the money offensively and you're going to respond with 9 rebounds, no steals, and no blocks in a playoff game, then yeah, you're an even bigger embarrassment overall. I hope he gets embarrassed. I hope he gets thoroughly embarrassed. He kind of needs it. We got to see how he responds to something like this. Miles Deep says, what's up, Big O? Sean from Vegas. We need the edge, baby. Well, we got the edge in the refrigerator. I don't know if I don't know about the Panthers, but I can see the Heat getting that edge. And by the way, you can go to myedgedrink.com, get 10% off your order. Use the code BIG-O. Get 10% off that order there at myedgedrink.com. Delicious, smooth, and zero aftertaste. The best energy drink on the planet. All right, what else do we have here? So 8 o'clock, 8:30, that is, tied. You know, I might be a bad fan today. Yep. The man with two first names will be disappointed with me. I'm thinking of going to see Candlebox tonight at the Culture Room. And boy, was my Doppler working or what, huh? Because yesterday, in the 10 o'clock hour, we were at KSDT. I was like, yeah, it doesn't look that good out there. Maybe I'm not going to go to Candlebox tonight at Pompano Beach Amphitheater because it's out in the open. And I don't know if anybody went to that concert last night, but it rained like crazy in Lauderdale. They canceled Rockville last night. The first night. That sucks. That sucks, dude. For those that wanted to go see Megadeth, you lost out. It was probably one of the weaker nights out of the Rockville weekend, but still, it's a lot of bands that got canceled yesterday, man. Skillet also was canceled. There was a couple of pretty good bands that were canceled last night, man. That was rough. So I may go tonight to the Culture Room. It's under roof. I like Candlebox. Haven't seen Candlebox in a long, long time. So I don't know. Maybe I'll record it and then watch it when I come back. I'll be a bad, bad fan. I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet. Haven't even bought the ticket. And by the way, you can also order Edge Energy Drink at liquorsplit.com. Go to liquorsplit.com, download the app, the Liquor Split app, iOS or Android. You can order Edge Energy Drink there. Now, you won't get the 10% off. That's only when you go to myedgedrink.com. You use Big O, you get the 10% off. But if you're going to watch the Heat tonight, you're going to watch the Panthers tomorrow, you're going to watch Inter Miami, you're going to watch the Marlins, taking on the Braves. Tonight, Elieser Hernandez is on the mound towing that slab. Man, order your drinks. Order your snacks. All you got to do is download that Liquor Split app, iOS or Android. It's a beautiful thing. It is time now for our Liquor Split matchup of the night.
It's time to tap that app. And no one loves to tap that app like the Big O. Here's the Liquor Split matchup of the night.
All righty. All right, so tonight we got Boston favored by 6.5. The over and under is 207.5. Heat are plus 220 in the money line. Boston is minus 270 in the money line. Now, I like the Heat, man. Now, I'm not going to tell you that they're going to outright win this game. They can. I think they're going to have an inspired effort tonight. And if Lowry and PJ Tucker play, and I think PJ taking the floor is going to be just an emotional lift for this team because he means so much. He plays with the kind of heart that, I'd love for Bam to actually tear a piece of heart from PJ. Because he watches Butler and PJ. Doesn't he understand that that's how you're supposed to play when they're paying you $200 million? Anyway. I'm going to go with the Heat plus 6.5 here. Even if the Celtics win this game, I don't believe they're going to win by 7. In fact, I think if they win this game, it'll be one that they eke it out if it happens. But I'm expecting an inspired effort at the TD Garden tonight by the Miami Heat. And now knowing, Lowry and PJ are warming up and with the intentions to play, and they know what's on the line, those guys are going to play, man. They know they need 3 more wins to get to the NBA Finals, and I think they're going to do whatever it takes to get to it. I am going to take the Heat plus 6.5 tonight. I'll take the dog. That's our Liquor Split matchup of the night.
The matchup of the night is brought to you by Liquor Split, Miami's own online liquor store. Liquor Split. Download then tap that app and get your favorite liquor delivered to you for just $2.99. No risk, no drinking and driving. Tap that app with Liquor Split.
Yes, sir. And they're pointing out, man of 1,005 votes, Big O, you're not a fan if you skip the Heat game, pal. He's got some laughing faces. But I got to rock out tonight, man. Thinking about it. Just go see a little Candlebox tonight. Tomorrow night, I'm going to go see Pat Benatar and John Waite over at Pompano Beach Amphitheater. I'm still a little disappointed that Patty Smythe and Scandal canceled. I was actually looking forward to seeing Patty Smythe, man. I'm a big Patty Smythe guy. Damn it. That sucks, man. That sucks. By the way, FLPDjobs.com, I see you're putting it there. They are now hiring certified police officers. So if you are looking for work and if you're watching from another state and you're trying to make the move to South Florida and you are in law enforcement, the Fort Lauderdale Police Department is hiring certified police officers. So please go to FLPDjobs.com and check it out for yourself there. By the way, I'm wearing I don't think you can see it, but I'm wearing a Kusama shirt. And Kusama is the test protocol for Polkadot. And, as always, I always tell you, listen, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who loves crypto. I can never tell you when the top is coming, when the bottom is coming. Once Bitcoin hit 42, I've told you guys, hey, man, we're in a buying zone, and we've been in a buying zone for 5 months now. And the one thing that I will tell you, and again, it might be a bad prediction on my part, we shall see. But it's bad what's going on with China on lockdown, and they're not producing, which is setting back the supply chain. The war going on, inflation, we're printing zillions of dollars, all kinds of stuff. Rates are going up. There's so many things going on, right? That right now, let me tell you something. As long as you can invest money, but whatever it is now, because stock market is way down, Tesla stock I'm not in the stock market, but obviously there's a lot of stocks right now that are probably worth buying and holding. Tesla, whatever, many stocks that are down, you would Apple, whatever, you would like to take advantage of those kind of moments now. And I feel that the crypto market has been like that for 5 months now. And now I'm getting the feeling, normally summers aren't great as it is. Summer's right around the corner. And with everything else going on, it's not like the war is going to end. It's not like we're going to fix the supply chain in the next week or month. Hell, we've got mothers all over the country that can't feed their kids the proper milk because we're not producing it. And that's going to take several weeks to get that back on track. So in this whole negative cycle of everything, I think for the next 3, 4, 5 months, we're still going to be in this down cycle. And I don't know how much more Bitcoin will go down. If it does, and altcoins might go down, like Kusama's gone down plenty, and I've scooped up a ton of Kusama and a ton of Polkadot. I got into Chainlink now. Now that Chainlink got to a point where it's just at a ridiculous price. So for me, as long as I have discretionary income to continue to pile up more Polygon, more ADA, more Bitcoin, more Ethereum, more Kusama, more Polkadot, I'm going to continue. VeChain, Crow, the coins that I like, right? Decentraland. I'm going to just continue piling on and piling on and piling on. Because it doesn't, I mean, I'm collecting VeChain now in the 3 cent area. It's ridiculous. None of this has changed. Mass adoption will come. Obviously, it's going to take some time. And that's fine. To me, what's happened now in this OK Coin crypto corner that I'm telling you, the last 5 months have been a blessing the way I've looked at it. And the way it's looking, it doesn't look like we're running out of time to take advantage of some of these buys. It looks like because of all the mess that's going on in this world, it's going to buy us a few more months. Who knows? Maybe all the way to the end of the year that we'll be in this trading sideways phase. So if this was your opportunity over the next few months to collect more Apple or more Tesla or more Kusama or whatever you like to invest in, do your homework, projects that you believe in. Then if they're great projects, they're going to stand the test of time and they're going to survive through this downturn. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like, I know where Ethereum and Bitcoin is going to end up. I know where Polkadot is going because I know what it means to the entire ecosystem of the blockchain. So I am convinced, so if I can continue to collect Star Atlas is under a penny. Are you effing kidding me? I'm piling on Star Atlas and leaving it there, man. Cadena's gotten under $3 in the mid $2, and it got down to like $2, $1.90 or whatever, and scooped up more of that and just leave it and let it sit there. As long as it's just, remember what I always tell you, it must be discretionary income because that's the only kind of investment money that makes it. If it's money you need for rent or mortgage or food or car payments, that's not the money you ever invest. You use that money to survive. That's what we're here for in life. But if you have a little extra money that you don't need and you can let it sit there because it's going to sit there for a while, then you're doing the right thing. As long as you understand, if you can stake it and you can earn interest, like on OKCoin, I have loaded up on Avalanche, and man, I'm getting it at 10%. Are you kidding me? That's one of the best investments out there. And ApeCoin, by the way, is moving off of Ethereum. Well, they're going to use Ethereum, but they're also going to go on another blockchain. And word is that it may be Avalanche. And I'm a huge Avalanche supporter. And where Avalanche is now is a gift. Again, do your homework. Read up on any stock, coin, real estate also right now is, from what I'm hearing, I'm not a real estate guy, but a couple guys that I do know, apparently there's some opportunities now because of the direction we're going in. I'm just saying, just do your homework. But man, the opportunities right now are absolutely beautiful. All right, let's take a quick break. Let's get ready for hour number 2. Ira Winderman will join us. He'll give us our Acura Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA report. Chase once says, "Big O, get that cheddar." You damn right. You damn right. And this is not when things are at their worst, when coins or stocks are at their lowest, and when it looks like it's in the most impossible time. This is when these people get rich, because this is when people buy. It happens all the time. And John here's next to me, and he's an investor, so he knows what I'm talking about. And he laughs, too, at this when he hears it, because I guarantee you, a year from now, whenever Bitcoin makes its run again, and it's at 50, 55, 70, the text machine, the emails are, "Hey, should I invest now?" And it's like, sure, dude, but it's parabolic now. Why didn't you do it before? That's the idea. Do it when it's at its worst, when it's at its lowest. When it keeps going lower, you keep buying. When it looks so bleak, because when it takes off, that's when you're supposed to be cutting profits. Because that's the point is, when you guys tell us, "Hey, should I get in?" and Bitcoin's at 57 and 60, guys like John and myself are cutting profits at 57 and 60, not getting in. Why? Because we took advantage at 25 and 27 and 30 and 32 and 35. That's why. So remember, folks, that's kind of the trick of it all. You know, it's really easy to be dark and gloomy when it's dark and gloomy, but when it's dark and gloomy happens to be the best times to actually invest. But it's also the toughest times to invest because most people don't have the discretionary income at the times that it's the worst. At the times that it's the best, that's when they have the income, and that's the worst time to invest. It's vicious, it's unfair, but that's the reality. And that's the part that you have to understand. And you can't, and there's a lot of people that write about all this stuff and they don't really know. And you know what's the worst part about it? I don't know if you feel this way, John, but if you don't invest, I have a hard time believing you actually understand what's going on. Right? Right, exactly. You know, I have a hard time. If you're a stock guy, if you're a coins guy, if you're a real estate, then I understand if you invest in, you know, because you live the ups, you live the downs, and then you understand what's going on. But if you just sit back and all you're doing is taking in all the negative and all the FUD and all that, they've already shaped your opinion and you don't really know. You know what I mean? Oh my God, things are terrible. No, actually, no, it's not. Cardano has more DeFi than they've ever had, more money in DeFi in their ecosystem than ever. They have more businesses on their blockchain than ever. They're doing more smart contracts than ever. Yet the coin is at a low point right now in the 50s. So somebody may look at it going, oh, it's at its weakest. No, dude. The company, it's at its strongest right now. It's just that the coin is at its lowest, but this is when you want to invest. Because when the next when the hard fork comes in now towards the end of the year, and that thing starts to take off in 2023 because its ecosystem's a monster already, that's the person that kept staying strong. I got a buddy of mine that is a monster Cardano, like he is. That's most of his investment, and in crypto, like 90% of his investment is all Cardano, and it's a great investment. And he's like pumped because he's been able to buy and continue to lower his overall price, because that's what smart investors do. They don't panic and sell and lose. No. They continue to buy the same coin or stock and they lower the overall price. So when it does bounce back, the gains are bigger than ever. That's how you play the game. All right, hour number 1 is done. That's our OK Coin Crypto Corner. Sean Stanley mastering this program. We're at Caneswear here in Davie, 2511 South University Drive. Come on out, man. We'll be out here for at least another hour. Ira Winderman will join us in the back end of this hour with our accurate Pembroke Pines, Miami Heat, and NBA report. Hour number 2 is next.
What?
Oh, look.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
What? Oh, look.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by HialeahParkCasino.com. Enjoy simulcast racing, dining, a magnificent poker room, and a casino with the most popular machines on the market. OKCoin.com. Download the app on iOS, Google Play, or Windows. OKCoin.com with over 50 different coins and incredible staking rewards. Pallet Rack City. There's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty, hour number 2 here on the program. Coming to you live from Caneswear. I bought Amazon at $3,200. It's now like $2,100. Exactly. And you know what you got to do, Chase? Keep buying it. That's what you do. You lower your overall price. Now you buy it at $2,100 and you keep lowering it. Where's Amazon going, bro? Nowhere except up. You know, I'm not a stock guy, but that would be one that I would continue to invest in because that will pay off forever. You can't lose with Amazon and Apple and Tesla and all the. So when those things go down big, that's when you want to invest. Yeah, that's right. Amazon is splitting. That's right. Yeah. So that and all that's going to do is explode, man. Amazon, you're going to win. That's all. You know what I mean? Algorand is a terrific. If I don't have Algorand, I can't afford every coin I like, but Algorand's good and stake it. I'm right now. Algorand is at a gift. It's a gift where it's at. Isn't it like 60 cents or something like that? See, I got to look it up now because I don't invest in Algorand. I mean, I keep up with everything, but it's not my coin. And let me see. I'll tell you right now where Algorand is. But I know it's at an awesome deal right now. Algorand, 44 cents. Oh, my God. It's ridiculous, dude. Freaking ridiculous. This thing was at over $2, right? I think it was. Yeah, Algorand is great. And if you can stake it, remember, I always tell you guys this. If you can stake a coin, now, that's the only thing that kind of pisses me off about Star Atlas and Cadena, because I have a whole bunch invested in that, but they're just sitting there, so I just got to wait for value. But what I love is when, like, I'm staking Polygon on OKCoin for almost 8%. Okay, so you're trading downward or sideways, but I'm still earning nearly 8% while I'm going sideways. So I'm fine. So that's the thing, that while you're staking, you're earning interest. Even if it goes sideways or down, you're still making some extra money along the way. And as I tell you always, when you stake, the coin is coming in, the interest is coming in at the rate that it's at currently. So even the interest that you're gaining will also gain in value in crypto, which is just a double whammy. Big O, I want to invest around $5K. Which coins right now are smart investments? You're not a financial advisor, but I appreciate your advice. I'm going to tell you what I tell everybody, my friend. Are you ready? 40% in Bitcoin, 30% in Ethereum, 10% in Polygon, 10% in Cardano, and 10% in Avalanche. Okay? Or 10% in Polkadot. But the 10%'s three of them. Okay? 40 Bitcoin, 30 Ethereum, 10, 10, and 10. I just want to make it nice and easy and secure and safe. Bitcoin is the monster. It's the one that you're going to be able to have financial freedom. You're going to be able to get loans off of that. You're going to be able to loan money out and gain so much interest from your Bitcoin. Your Bitcoin is your horse, the pillar, okay? And then Ethereum is probably the best investment out there because it's the biggest blockchain in the world. It's the biggest and longest highway that's going to have more businesses than any other on it, right? It is the monster, all right? And then there's other blockchains like a Polkadot, like a Cardano, like an Avalanche and Solana and so many other ones, okay? But I always tell you your base is this the way you do it. 40% Bitcoin, 30% Ethereum, then 10% Avalanche, 10% Polygon, and 10% Cardano, okay? Or if you want to switch it up, you wanted the 10% in Polkadot instead, do that. You can do that. But keep it 40, 30, 10, 10, and 10, and you're good. And then every time you want to invest, the pie, whether it's $50, $500, $5,000, whatever, break the pie down to 40, 30, 10, 10, and 10. And keep doing it, and keep doing it, and keep doing it, and keep doing it, and you'll be fine. And those are coins that I'm heavily involved in and heavily believe in. Let's see. What else do we have? Adrian says, big thanks. You got it, my brother. Appreciate you. Enjoy. Steve Miller or Bob Seger? I'm good. Thank you. Thank you, man. You know what? That is, it's two different types of music, right? Two different types of rock and roll. And it's almost like I've got to have one feeling for one and one feeling for the other, to be honest. Like one mood, in other words, for one and one mood for the other. But gun to head, and you told me, oh, you can only jam one of these on this island from here on out, it'll be Bob Seger. It'll be Bob Seger. I love Steve Miller, bro. Big old Jetliner and Jungle Love and Swing Town and Fly Like an Eagle. I mean, I'm a monster Steve Miller fan, okay? Jungle Love is like my favorite song of his of all time, but Bob Seger for me he's like an American treasure, bro. You know, it's like I find it un-American if you don't like Bob Seger. You know what I mean? It's like it's Chevrolet, apple pie, and Bob Seger. You know, that's kind of that's the way I look at Bob Seger. As much as I treasure Steve Miller, Bob Seger to me is just he's godlike in his own way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna lean a Seger on that one between those two. Tough, but I'm a Seger guy. Wait until the stock market bottoms before buying crypto. All you're going to do is lose money if you buy now. You might be right, Bromar, because it'll go down a little bit, but you're really never going to lose money because you don't know really when the bottom is. So what you do is you piecemeal it all the way down and you keep buying all the way down. And if you're in for the long term, it doesn't matter if you bought Bitcoin at 39, at 42, or at 28. When it's at 150,000, who gives a shit? It was a great investment at 28 and at 42 and at 35. You know what I mean? So, you know, and if VeChain, when it gets to $1, if you got it at 16 cents or you got it at 6 cents, okay, so you're making a little extra, but you're still going to make a lot of money. You know what I mean? So eventually, and that's why I always tell you, make sure you're staking. Because when it's sideways, when you trade, when it goes down, you're still making interest. And that's the key also to all of that. So if you're a long-term investor, as long as you're buying on the way down, you're still lowering your overall price. And nobody, Bromar, can nail the bottom. We don't know when the bottom is. I thought for sure that Bitcoin was going to go down a little bit more after the stocks went to crap again this week, and it didn't. And that's because you just can't predict this crap. And I'm like, man, Bitcoin's going to go down to 26, 25, something now, because look at the stock market. It went down 1,200 today. It went down another couple hundred in the next day, and it didn't move. In fact, it went up a little bit. It was like, whoa, this is weird. So I understand what you're saying, Bromar, that because of the environment, everything that was going on, things could continue to go down a little bit, and they should, right? Stocks should go down, crypto should go down, real estate should go down. There's a lot of things that are probably going to end up going down. You're right. But if it doesn't, and you didn't invest and it bounces, then you lost out on the opportunity. So you piecemeal it all the way down, since you can't. Don't buy it all now. You're right. But buy some, and then buy some again, and buy some again, as long as you can do that. Now, if you only have one small bag that you're waiting for, then you're just going to have to wait for when that drop happens. And you better time it right, because most people, Bromar, do not ever time it. They just don't. All right. Let's see. Braves beat the Marlins last night 5-3. Trevor Rogers had a hard one yesterday, bro. 8 hits, 5 earned runs in 4 innings. That kid, 5.20 ERA. Soler hit his 6th home run, batting a monstrous 204. Tonight at 6:10 at Lone Depot Park, it's Kyle Wright for the Braves and Elieser Hernandez for the Marlins. Inter Miami off today. Tomorrow, 6 o'clock, the 3-6-3 Inter squad will host the New York Red Bulls. They are, Inter, by the way, is tied for last place in the conference with 12 points. New York Red Bulls are in 5th place with 20 points. We'll see what happens there. What else do we have to talk about? Panthers. Unfortunately, tomorrow it'll be at 1:30. Panthers are going to play back-to-back set Sunday and Monday, which is just... The NHL is such a Mickey Mouse league. There's a reason why they don't end up becoming one of the top leagues in the country and give anybody some competition, and they become niche. It's because of things like this. Anyway, that's really a nice way of really appreciating your playoffs and your teams. After a hard-fought season, you reward them with back-to-back games in the playoffs. That's just so disgusting and irresponsible. It's just pathetic. But way to give a shit about the players' health, huh? Anyway, Cats are now trailing 2-0. Barkov and Huberdeau need to wake up. You know what's going to be really sad? If these guys don't perform and they don't step up, you got to break it up. And you better go find yourself a nasty person that can join this team and trade away Barkov or Huberdeau. Because you cannot win with 2 leaders that have no balls. And so if neither one of those guys can actually step up and get it done after everything that they're paying them, after all this time of developing, then you got to look in the mirror and make a really, really hard decision. And Brunette also, not the guy for this team. I don't care what award he's up for. I don't care about the regular season. Show me what you can do in the playoffs. And as I said the other day or yesterday, Coach Quinville's being missed. But I have zero confidence in these guys. I have confidence the Heat will toughen up and figure out a way to at least split the games in Boston. I have no confidence in the Panthers. And that's terrible, man. And I've always been the guy that has been the positive guy and trying to stay positive with these cats. Not the ownership group. I'm always positive about them because Viola and Sifu are awesome. They're just great owners. And I love what the GM has done, but it's Huberdeau and Barkov. I don't have any more. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. You know, I'm tired of waiting for the development. I'm tired of waiting for the big moment. I'm tired of waiting for success in the playoffs. I thought that's what this was about this season. You won the President's Cup. You had the best record. You outskated the crap out of people. You scored like it was going out of style. And what do I tell you guys all the time? Show me what you do in key moments. So now the key moments come and you disappear? You're 0 for 25 on the power play? I mean, if that's not choking, I don't know what is choking. 0 for 25. You're 0 for 25 with an advantage. Think about that, Sean. Just let that marinate in your mind. They're 0 for 25 with a man advantage, bro. How is that not choking? And that's where I've gotten to. That loss the other night, it gutted me like no Panther loss has ever gutted me before. It shattered my confidence in the players like it's never been. I've always given them the benefit of the doubt. I've always said, hey, it's part of the growth process, all of that. I just, there's just, I can't. You know, when I'm watching Kucherov with a no-look pass for the game winner, that's what a star and a stud does, dude. You know, that's like, it's the same thing as watching, when you're watching, what concoction did you bring me here? Pineapple mango. That actually sounds like a really good combination. When you talk about, like, when you watch that Lakers thing, Showtime, and I saw it live. Well, not live, recorded, but whatever. I saw it because I don't think the finals were pre-recorded, I think, in those days. But we watched them back in 1980 when Magic played center and Kareem was out and got like 40 and 20 or whatever the hell it was and dominated. That's what you do, man. You force your will on people. And if you're really a star, you should be able to do that. And they haven't. I've lost so much of everything for the Panthers. Belief, confidence. That game gutted me like nothing's gutted me before. It was one of those, like, all right, you know, I don't care what Barkov and Huberdeau look like in the regular season and all that. They're nothing. So, you know, when it counts, you're not going to perform. None of this means anything to me. I don't care what you did in the regular season. Lightning simply know how to win. My Leafs threw everything they had at them and more, and they found a way to win. Winning in the regular season means nothing in the playoffs. Amen? Amen? But that's not that you don't get to justify your suckness for that. You know? My problem is, Brett, I don't give the Panthers a break. They don't get a break. I don't care what Tampa is, bro. Your job is to defeat Tampa. And this year, you were better than them in the regular season. So now take the next step and be better than them in the postseason. Oh, you can't. I have no use for you. You know? I have no use for you. They're done. Yeah. They're definitely done. There's no doubt they're done. Is that Ira? Wow. Look at that. Ira already ready to go. All right, let's do that, baby. Let's talk a little basketball. Let's get our Heat and Celtics preview and our Acura Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA report.
Heat fans, time for the best insight of your favorite team with insider Ira Winderman, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. It's the Acura of Pembroke Pines, Miami Heat and NBA report. Here's Ira Winderman.
All righty, there he is, Ira Winderman. How you feeling, my brother, on a beautiful Saturday morning?
I am good. I'm here actually in the press room at TD Garden ahead of the game. Just got done with shoot around, so there's some Celtics people around, so I have to be nice. So I will talk glowingly of the green, or else I won't get admitted a little bit later tonight. But you know what? Just got back from shoot around. Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker on the court. It's interesting, Big O. Eric Spoelstra always tells us playoff series evolve. It's not just one and done like in the NFL or the NCAA tournament. And he says each series takes on multiple lives of its own. Big O, there's no better example than this series. Game 1, no Marcus Smart, Al Horford for the Celtics. Game 2, they're back, game changers. Game 2, PJ Tucker goes out in the second half and is lost. Game 3, he's back, and now Kyle Lowry's back. So when you look at all of this, it's like there literally are 3 separate series we played. Celtics without Smart and Horford, Celtics with Horford and Smart, Heat with Lowry. This thing continues to evolve.
Yeah, let me move on to something. So last night I'm watching the Dallas and the Golden State game, and Luka had 42 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, but he also had 3 steals and a block. And so I was talking about this on the show. Okay, I'm past it already. I've been past it. I don't care about Bam and his offense anymore, okay? Clearly, he has no desire to be great on offense.
Nope, disagree. Go ahead.
Well, but he doesn't show it to me. He doesn't show me any fire, any desire to be great on offense. But he didn't have a block or a steal in the game, and he had 9 rebounds. And it gets to a point, dude, they gave you $200 million. I'm sick and tired of asking, when's he going to get motivated? When's he going to play up to his potential? When's he going to play like a dog? When's he going to go out there and be a son of a bitch? And maybe he doesn't have it in him, man. I mean, at this point, it has to get to a point where you either have it or you don't. I mean, you're on the same team with Jimmy Butler and PJ Tucker, brother. These are 2 people that sell out every moment of every game on both sides of the court, and it doesn't rub off on you? Again, I'm not asking you anymore for offense. I got it. You're not that dude. You'll never be that dude. But I need you to be Rodman. I need you to be Clint Capella. I need you to be Ben Wallace. I need you to be a whirling dervish on defense. I need you to be everyone's pain in the ass on defense. And if I have to motivate you, and we always have to have this stupid conversation about Bam Adebayo, I'm sick and tired of it, bro. I don't need anybody to motivate me to work every day and bring energy to what I do. And I'm 55 years old, and I've done radio for 32 years, and I've done it all over the place, and it doesn't stop me. I am sick and tired of watching people who need to be motivated to do their jobs. And that's what it seems like to me with Bam, bro.
I disagree with you, Big O, because you can work as hard as you want. You can do everything you want. And if the people our good friends at Acura Pembroke Pines came to you and said, but we want you to look like Brad Pitt, there's nothing at this stage in your life, Orlando Alzagari, you can do in that area. You are who you are. Yes. So when it comes to Bam's offensive game, you have to accept who he is. But here's the deal.
I can live with that.
Here's the deal. Eric Spoelstra is asking Bam Adebayo to do things other than what Orlando Alzagari wants out of him. So if Eric Spoelstra is going to ask him to switch out on every pick and roll and go on the perimeter and be away from the basket so he can't block shots and get rebounds, because that's what Eric Spoelstra is asking him.
Then get steals.
But that's not what he's being asked to do. So when you compared him to Capella sits in the paint, gets rebounds, gets blocked shots. He's asked to do that. So if you're complaining about how they're using Bam, first of all, I agree. The Heat switch way too much. They're running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off. I agree with you, Orlando Alzagari. But at some point, you have to look at a player's skill set and said, this is who he is and this is what he does. I guarantee you, If you put some sort of a Fitbit or something or your Apple Watch on Bam Adebayo during a game, he burns as much energy and logs as many miles as Dennis Rodman or the other people you mentioned to me. It's a matter of how he's being utilized. He has a very specific skill set in what they're asking him to do. It is not a numbers skill set, but I've got to tell you, Eric Spoelstra was asked maybe a half an hour ago here by Local 10's Will Manso, do you need to do more for Bam Adebayo? And Eric Spoelstra said yes. And we have to get him more involved and we have to make more out of him. So I think it is a two-pronged thing. One, Bam has to be the son of a bitch who says, I need to do more. I agree with you, Orlando. Stop yelling at me. I agree with you on that. But part two is you have to position someone for success. Oh, with your work ethic, I have seen you work at radio outlets where they simply did not maximize what you do best. Everyone goes through that. I think the Heat are still adjusting at this early stage with Bam Adebayo to get the most out of him. And you're correct. He is never going to be a 30-point game a guy. That's not who he is. It's not what he does. But they need to get more out of him. Or, because actually I had an Ask Ira question about this, and someone asked me about, are they going to make the same mistake with Tyler Herro and give him a max contract when at moments of truth like this, in the playoffs, he's not the same player, and I agree. But folks, we've got to stop doing one thing. We've got to stop equating the contract with expectations. Contracts are money. And if someone is willing to pay you, you take the money. But just because we have this term max player, Mickey Harrison decided I'm giving Bam Adebayo $200 million.
Yeah, but once you sign it, that's the demands come with it. That's unfortunately
expectations come with you're looking at two different things, Big O. There are demands and there are expectations. The expectations come from the Orlando Alzagari radio show and twice a week here on the Acura Pembroke Pines Report. That's the expectation. The demands are something, and I don't mean this negatively. The demands are something that you and I don't know as much as Eric Spoelstra. So let me ask you this, Big O. In Eric Spoelstra's list of demands, his 10 demandments, let's call them that, if Bam is meeting 8 of them and he's doing what Eric Spoelstra wants, you know what, Big O? Isn't part of it also being a good employee when you work terrestrial and you work for people and they wanted you to do cockamamie appearances and spin the magic wheel for prizes of laxative or whatever? You did that. You never felt good about that. It's kind of tough when you had to be out there at the chili cook-off, but you understood that. Sure. What I'm saying is this. If you don't think the Heat are maximizing Bam Adebayo, then you, Orlando Alzagari, not only have an issue with Bam Adebayo, I think you have an issue with Eric Spoelstra also to get more out of this kid. And this goes back to your Tua debates you have with your NFL insiders here on the Orlando Alzagari show when you're saying he could do more, he should do more, but it still comes down to the coaches allowing him to do more. So you know what? Maybe your criticism, at least part of it, is that Eric Spoelstra is not maximizing Bam Adebayo. And this is not unusual. There have been times when Pat Riley has gone to Stan Van Gundy and to Eric Spoelstra and said, no, we need more. Remember at the end of the season with Bam and Hassan Whiteside, and Pat sat down with us and said, I believe there is a way to make it work with both of them. And Eric Spoelstra was stubborn. And he really was not a big fan of Hassan Whiteside. So that just went away and Bam got to flourish a little more. So it's a two-pronged thing here. Prong number one is, yes, Bam needs to do more as a matter of pride. I agree with that. But number two, is he being put in a position to succeed, or is he being put in an Orlando Alzagari-like radio station that's going to fold 2 months later and no one tells him ahead of time? This is what we all go through in life.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, God, last 10 years have been brutal. Anyway, all right, so, it's been tough, dude. I got to tell you, it's been tough dealing with some of these things. The other thing, which I think is now the opposite of it, Ira, is Tyler. There's a part of me that thinks Tyler is deferring too much to Jimmy, deferring too much to PJ, maybe even deferring to Bam, maybe, it's deferring to Lowry, being a little too respectful of it. I need the kid with the scowl. Because I know it's in him, actually. I feel that Tyler has it. And there's a part where Tyler needs to say, F it. Hey, guys. Oh, Jimmy, I need him to become Jalen Brunson. Okay? Jalen Brunson is a fearless Robin next to the Batman that is obviously Doncic. And when Doncic isn't ready to or whatever, Jalen takes over, and that fearless little water bug will even post you up, bro. Okay, that's how tough of a sumbitch that guy is. He's short and he'll post you up, and he'll get a shot off posting you up, which is truly amazing, by the way. I want that determination that Brunson has to be great. I want Tyler to just say, F it, I need to take over. So when Jimmy's not doing it, I'm doing it. When Jimmy needs it, I got to be there. What about that?
I disagree. I disagree with this guy over here. Not with his approach and marketing approach. And hello to all the folks out there at Caneswear, but I disagree with you for this reason. When did Jalen Brunson start having success? When did Jalen Brunson's breakout start? Just tell me real quick.
The injury.
Okay, but I'm just saying it started this year. Jalen Brunson became a thing this year, mostly this year and mostly in these playoffs.
Well, but last year when Doncic was
not
out,
as much. This was
no,
more.
but you remember when Doncic got injured?
I understand that, but this is more of a this year now kind of thing for Jalen Brunson.
That's where Brunson really started to grow at that moment.
Let me rephrase, Your Honor. In what playoff season did Jalen Brunson really have his breakout this year?
Okay.
My point being this.
I'm a fantasy player, remember? That's why.
There are two stages to break out dumb. Stage one is you arrive on the scene, whether it's Brunson in these playoffs, whether it's Jeremy Lin during Linsanity, whether it's Tyler Herro in the 2020 bubble against the Boston Celtics with that 35-point, 38-point Game 5 against the Celtics. Part two of the equation becomes this. We got to stop that guy. We've got a game plan for that guy. We've got to make him a focus. Jalen Brunson is not fully there yet because this is relatively a phenomenon. Tyler Herro is. The next stage of stardom is once you were on the other team's scouting report and starred. You saw it in the Sixers series. We'll let Max Strus and anyone hit threes. That guy's not going to beat us. The Hawks did the same thing. The Celtics are doing the same thing. So now we have to see, can Tyler Herro take the next step? And I like that this is happening now for the reason I mentioned in the Ask Ira question I answered at sunsentinel.com. You have a decision now to make whether to give him the Bam Adebayo-like extension, whether in September, October, you're going to give him 4 years at about $170 million or not, and you have to figure that out. Because it's one thing when you're not on the scouting report, like Jeremy Lin, until he arrived at FTX Arena, then American Airlines Arena before All-Star break, and Eric Spoelstra said, yeah, Linsanity ends tonight, and it did. I think that's what other teams are doing. They're going, yeah, we recognize Tyler Herro is good, and that guy is not going to beat us. And Big O, to get on the list of don't let this guy beat you in the NBA,
good thing.
You've made it. Look, Mom, I've made it.
Yeah.
But step two is then when you're the focus, you have to take it to another level. That's where he is right now. Not all on him, on Spoelstra giving him a game plan to make it work, and enough supporting players that when you are double teaming a Tyler Herro, other guys can get it done. Victor Oladipo, not very good in game 2. He did not support him.
No.
The Heat backup's not good. Caleb Martin.
By the way, Oladipo hasn't been good for a couple of weeks, actually.
Because there's more focus on, hey, this is the old Victor Oladipo.
Yeah.
And your buddy, Caleb Martin, has been, I'm going to be honest, terrible recently also. So if all of a sudden Tyler Herro's out there on an island, this is what you get, increased focus. This is nothing different than when the Celtics had Paul Pierce back here in the years and almost no supporting cast, say what you want of Antoine Walker. When you're the one-man focus, life can suck. It's when you get the right supporting cast that you get to thrive. So I think it's like for Tyler Herro, do what you need to do to help the team, but the team needs to do what they could do to help you. Sort of conjuring a little JFK here in Boston.
Yes. The other night after the loss, they need Lowry. Lowry was not going to save their ass from that loss the other night. Now, is it better to run the offense through Lowry? Of course, all of that. You'll be a better team.
Absolutely.
Yes. But he's not that player that is going to score 30 points and bail you out anymore. So tonight, you're asking a guy that's probably not in shape and is coming back from a hamstring injury. It probably still is injured. So while you want him to bring some balance to running the offense, what has to happen tonight in order to win? Because it's not about Lowry. It's about what next to Jimmy Butler?
Slowing down the game to a pace that a player with one bad hamstring can be effective on both ends. You slow the pace of a game by making shots. That would be a kind of a different approach for the Heat after game 2. You slow the game by grinding on defense and slowing the opposition. Kyle Lowry, as a matter of fact, you know what? This is not a gambling proposition. But if we're sort of doing the over-under on Kyle Lowry having a good game, if the pace is slow, if the scoring is down, Kyle Lowry will have a good game. If they're running around like bonkers and getting out on the break, and now you have Derek White back today also after the birth of his son, and that in play, Kyle Lowry's not keeping up pace. First of all, Kyle Lowry's 36. He wasn't keeping up pace in the first place before the bad hamstring.
No.
But if you hear Mike Breen at any point tonight say we're off to the races, well, you can just say, Kyle, there's a seat on the bench for you. Hello, Gabe Vincent. Vic, you got to be better. It'll be that. Pace will determine the success level for Kyle Lowry tonight.
What's the deal with PJ Tucker? Apparently he didn't need the
MRI.
MRI.
Need an MRI. Again, this whole thing, exclusive sources needs an MRI or doesn't need an MRI, and we find out. But it's Eric Spoelstra told a great anecdote to shoot around. He said, you know what? I'm afraid to talk to trainers because if PJ Tucker sees me talking to trainers, he thinks I'm talking about him, and then I'm in trouble. And he stopped and smiled and he said, I'm the coach. I'm allowed to talk to the trainers. And I asked PJ Tucker, I said to him, PJ, will it take anything short of a limb falling off to keep you out? And he said, don't jinx me. And I said, PJ, I guarantee a limb will not fall off tonight. So I think he's going also.
Okay. All right. Let's hope he's healthy enough, man. You expect any kind of changes?
Well, there'll be a change in the rotation if Kyle Lowry starts. Kyle Lowry, when he's played, has started the last 600 or so appearances. He's not coming off the bench. He's starting.
Really?
So
yeah.
Gabe,
what he may do is go to the bench earlier than normal.
Absolutely. So Gabe Vincent, I think, is in the rotation because the bench has been really craptastic to this point. There's been Tyler Herro, who's been good enough. There's been Dwayne Dedman, who gives you those injury minutes. But otherwise, Oladipo up and down, Caleb Martin up and down, Duncan Robinson maybe shows up, maybe doesn't. So maybe Gabe Vincent energizing that second unit does something also because this supposed depth advantage the Heat have, hey, you look at what the Celtics are bringing off their bench now when they don't have to start a pair of Williams and they have one in reserve. When you have Derek White back tonight, Peyton Pritchard has not missed a shot in the last week or so. You know what, Big O? Right now, the Celtics bench has been better than the quote-unquote vaunted Heat bench to this point.
No, yeah. I mean, that was just ugly in game 2. Oh, by the way, my liquor split matchup of the night, the pick, I went with the homer pick. I went with the Heat plus 6.5. I just think even if they lose, I think there's going to be a hell of an effort and they'll lose a close one if they don't win one. What do you think?
You know, I'm not a gambling man, so I'm not going to – remember, I came on your show twice and said take the under and the over covered twice. So no one's really a big fan of my opinions right now. I think the Heat can hang competitive. They were humiliated. Traditionally in the playoffs, when you get humiliated, if you have enough talent, you come back and put up a fight. So I would expect at least a fight tonight. Take that for what it's worth.
All right. Well, what are you working on the Sun Sentinel? So
just
folks
posted a story today about Tucker and Lowry look like they're going. Folks, if you go to sunsentinel.com, that'll be updated all day. Early in the day, posted my notes column about the Magic winning the lottery. Could they finally recreate a Florida rivalry we've been waiting for forever? Ironically, it comes at a time when the Panthers and the Lightning are going at it in their playoff series. And I think even with the Panthers being down 0-2, we finally sense that Panthers-Lightning is a real rivalry, is a valued rivalry, and that there is respect from both sides. I don't know how long it's going to take the Magic. This team has had number 1 picks that they've used for Penny Hardaway, Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard have had a brief window of success. But I think maybe winning this lottery, maybe that pushes them over the top. So when we talk about an interstate a Florida's Turnpike rivalry, it'll be something more than it's been in recent years.
Didn't I just read something that Mo Bamba's probably gone or something like that, right?
Well, and they have all kinds of questions. They have the Bamba questions. Jonathan Isaac, does he even play anymore? We have to find out about him unless he just outed another Trump rally, not being political here. So you have that question also. So yeah, it's a fascinating team that's been way the heck too stagnant for way too long. So you can catch that at sunsentinel.com and in your Sunday Sun Sentinel at your doorstep for a nominal price.
It's an ugly, boxy arena from the outside, man. It's just kind of odd. Anyway, whatever. Follow him on Twitter at Ira Heatbeat. More importantly, folks, please subscribe to the South Florida Sun Sentinel. I tell you all the time, please support all of our local journalists. Not only do we support them here by being partners with us on this platform, but we also subscribe too. See, we support in many ways. Ira, enjoy the basketball tonight, my friend.
Thank you so much. We will catch you Monday before Game 4 on our Acura of Pembroke Pines report. Thank you, Big O.
Thank you, sir. There you go. The great Ira Winderman.
You've been listening to the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA Report with Ira Winderman. When you're looking for award-winning service and great deals from the #1 volume Acura sales dealership in the Southeast United States, you go to Craig's Inn Acura of Pembroke Pines at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Did you see Amari Stoudemire, Sean? He is ripping into Tyler Herro. He was on First Take. The retired NBA star said, where's Tyler's focus? He wants to wear the shades. He wants to have his back out in the press conference. He wants to do the gun show. He wants all the entertainment stuff, but where is the focus on basketball? Asked Amari Stoudemire. Oh, wait, isn't he the guy that punched out a fire hydrant? Okay. It was a fire extinguisher, by the way. I'm pretty sure I was covering that game. After the NBA bubble in Orlando, he had a great run in the bubble. And he added, but ever since then, where's the hero? So Stoudemire even taking shots at Tyler Herro. I wonder if, I'm sure somebody gets that to Tyler and somebody puts it out to him, or they send that link on Twitter or something like that, and he sees it. And I hope he reads it. I hope he feels it. I hope he cares. You know, ultimately, that's how you love your athletes. You love Zach Thomas because he cared, bro. And when he lost, it was painful because it's painful for you as a Dolphins fan. You know, Jason Taylor, when he lost, he felt it. I know because I was in that locker room. I covered those guys. And fans love those guys because they sold out. They gave you everything. Pat Surtain, Sam Madison, they give it all to you. Alonzo Mourning gives it all to you. Dan Marley blows out his back after signing with the Heat, loses weight and changes his game and plays his ass off. And so does P.J. Brown. And why do you love Jimmy Butler so much? Because he plays his ass off for you. In the Panthers, in the playoffs, who do you love? You love Carter Verhaeghe. Because that son of a bitch is scoring and helping and assisting in every key moment that he possibly can, more than the guys that are getting paid. We love it when our stars sell out. We love it when our stars feel our pain. And we want Tyler Herro to feel the pain of Game 2 because we want to see him respond in Game 3. We want to see him care about people taking shots. We want to see him care about the fact that he didn't do enough. And if he says, after winning the Sixth Man of the Year award, that he'd like to be more than that he'd like to be a starter, stage is set for you, kid. Stage is set for you. If you don't perform in these playoffs, they'll say, oh, we're good with Tyler in the six-man row. But if you perform in these playoffs and you become the second best player on the court, they say, hey, Tyler's got to get in the starting lineup next year. We need to start our best players. We'll find somebody else to play that role. But Tyler's better than the guy we have starting right now. So we'll put Tyler at shooting guard. We'll put Butler at small forward, and we're fine. Let's move forward. But those are the players you love. You love the guys and the women that give you the relentless effort, the sacrifice that they'll sell their bodies like P.J. Tucker, like Alonzo Mourning, who will come back from a kidney ailment. This is why they end up in your Hall of Fame of hearts, because you know Udonis Haslem is going to be pissed and play his toughest. And when he's up against Dirk Nowitzki, a guy that's 10 times his talent, he stands up to him and slows him down in the NBA Finals. And if he's got to get in a fight, or if he's bloody, or if he's lipped, or if he's pissed off at a referee and throwing his mouthpiece, that's what you want. You want the guy that feels it. That's your athlete. That's your star. That's the guy you buy the jersey for. That's the guy you tell your kid, watch this guy. You see this guy, Pete Rose? That's how you play the game. You see this guy, PJ Tucker? That's how you play the game. We do it all the time. Oh, my God, how I admire Alonzo Mourning. Why do you admire Alonzo Mourning? Because he's relentless, because he's fearless, because he wants the ball in the key moments, because it pains him if he doesn't make the shot. So how much do you care, Tyler? How much do you care, Bam? You know, sure, I want Strus to play better and I want Caleb Martin to play better, but I can't demand from those young men what I have to demand from Tyler Herro, the sixth man of the year, and Bam Adebayo, who wants to be called the defensive player of the year, yet you didn't play like one. But you're making that money. You're making that bank. I can't ask any more from Butler. I can't ask any more from PJ Tucker. They're giving me what we need from them. What about you, Tyler? Show me it pains you, kid. Show me it pains you. All right, 855-912-1056 if you want to get in on the Welt and Rayom text line. That's 855-912-1056 if you want to get in on the Welt and Rayom text line. You can also get into the program on Twitter at Big O Show. Big O, I listened to your Bam take today. It's so frustrating. I went to the Heat Clippers game in L.A. earlier this season. He had 20 points in the first quarter, lobs, hook shots, jumpers, etc. I don't get it. Neither do I. But he better get it. He better find a way to get it. Big O, I live in New Hampshire, surrounded by Pats fans. Tell me that Tua sucks and don't you want Herbert? When I reminded the Pats that they had never beaten Tua and tell them that Herbert is the next Bledsoe, they get pissed. Herbert is a phenomenal talent, and he's got way more physical gifts than Tua. There's no doubt about it. That's all I can say about the kid. He hasn't won a damn thing yet, in college or the NFL. So when I see him win, then I'll tell you, hey, they screwed up, man. But for now, I have total belief in Tua. I think he'll be just fine. I think he's going to have a hell of a year this year. I really do. I think now he has real coaching, and if they get that line solved in the running game like they're supposed to, the kid will be fine. Big O, good morning. The reason I text you is because I respect you. I've been listening to you make sense. When you started, and I respect your show and your knowledge in sports, especially the Miami Dolphins. That is the reason I can't allow somebody to talk bad about you on YouTube, talking about you anything, a bad person, because after Watson was called innocent, you said he was still guilty. This guy does have an agenda. I don't like it. I'm 52 years old, and I know your work, and I appreciate what you do and how hard you worked to be the position you're in. Keep up the good work. I live in Fort Lauderdale for 17 years and in Orlando for 18 years before I moved to South Carolina 1 year ago. I will continue listening to your show, and God bless. By the way, my name is Raphael. Thank you, Raphael. I appreciate it. And my brother, don't worry about anybody, whoever's talking about me or whatever. That stuff doesn't really bother me whatsoever, man. If they're talking about me, well, that's probably a good thing. Good or bad, it's actually a good thing if they're talking about me. Let's see. Big O DMB here, and I want to say hello from the land of the hick from French Lick. I just wanted to drop in and mention that Bobrovsky deserves so much better than he's been getting in this series. The glove save he had moments before the Uyghur gaff was a sight to behold. We would be talking about it all morning if we would have pulled through. You're right. And listen, and as much as we can complain about Bob and all, I'm not complaining about Bob right now. He's not. No. The problem here is Huberdeau and Barkov and the power play. Okay? Those things are unacceptable, bro. You can't have the offense you had this year and the power play. You fail 25 straight times with an advantage? That doesn't make sense. And Barkov and Huberdeau, dude, if you are what they say you are, and well, then why aren't you doing it now? What did I tell you about Justin Herbert? I don't care what you look like, bro. I don't care you can throw it 80 yards downfield. I don't care if you throw for 400 yards. I don't care if you score 70 goals. What do you do when it counts, man? Show me. I've watched lots of guys that perform in the regular season. I've watched lots of guys that can put up stats. James Harden put up all kinds of stats. I don't want him on my basketball team, ever. And that's not this year. I've been saying this about James Harden for years. Russell Westbrook. I know he gives great effort, but he doesn't play winning basketball. And that's what's constantly been shown. And so stats don't mean anything to me. I keep telling you guys this all the time. Right? That's why we always have this Herbert Tua whole conversation. Well, what did Herbert win in college, bro? Nothing. Tua won a national championship. What happened when Herbert and Tua played against each other? Tua won. And Herbert's had better offense, better everything, and he can't win more games than Tua. And he can't even get in the playoffs. And hell, he had a chance to get in the playoffs this year. Throws a pick six against Houston when he could have cut it to one score. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you do in the regular season. I don't care how many points or how many goals or how many touchdowns you score. Show me what you do when it counts, dude. Jeff George used to put up all kinds of numbers. Don't put him in a key situation. Vinny Testaverde might be the most freakish quarterback in the history of that program. Are you listening to me? Yeah, even more than Jim Kelly. I've never seen a quarterback go like this to an Oklahoma linebacker on his helmet and stop him and then throw it right over his head. I've never seen that in my life. An on-rushing linebacker and a quarterback puts his hand on his helmet and throws it right over his head. Because athletically, the things that Vinny can do at times, you were like, wow. 4 interceptions in the Sugar Bowl against Tennessee, 5 interceptions against Penn State in the Fiesta Bowl. His 2 most important games of his career, he throws 9 interceptions. You can have Vinny Testaverde. I never want to see Vinny Testaverde again in my life. He's the one that started that theory for me. I don't care what you look. I don't care what stats you put up. Show me what you do when it counts. I am tired of, over the years, watching the guys that can put up the numbers when it doesn't count. And then when push comes to shove, you get shoved all over the place. Nice guy, all that. Biggest choking quarterback I've ever seen in my life, Vinny Testaverde. And more gifted than any quarterback that's ever played in the Canes. Way it is, man. You know, so I need to see you perform. And to me, Huberdeau and Barkov, from now on, their careers mean nothing to me, dude. Next year, if they come back in the regular season and put up all kinds of goals, I'm going to yawn through all of that. Until you show me what you do when it counts, your career means nothing to me, dude. It's hollow stats. That's the way I look at James Harden. That's the way I look at Russell Westbrook. That's the way I look at Jeff George. Those are guys, I've seen these guys. I've watched these guys throughout my career. You know, I know what Glenn Big Dog Robinson is. You know, I've seen those guys. I've seen the guys that only know how to do whatever they want to do, and then they don't care about anything else. I get mine. That's all they care about. I'll get mine. Yeah, but you don't end up in the championship. You don't end up as the MVP. You don't end up as a multi-championship winner. Show up. I know that this is going to happen, Sean. okay? Because, you can never convince people. The ones that don't believe in Tua or disbelievers will always be disbelievers of Tua. Mike Gesicki, who last time I checked plays tight end for the Miami Dolphins, correct, right? Yeah. I think he plays with a guy named Tua, right? So he was on Adam Brenneman's show. It's called The Brenneman Show. And they asked him about playing with Tua. And here was Mike Gesicki's comments on playing with Tua. Go ahead.
No, but I love playing with Tua. And, I say this behind closed doors. I say it on Brenneman Shows Up. I'll say it on friggin' ESPN. I don't care. They would never have me on ESPN. But, I think Tua's great. I think he has a really strong arm, and I think he's extremely accurate. And that's he can put it wherever he wants. And, I think I've only gotten a better connection with him as our 2 years have progressed. So I'm fired up to.
I'm excited to see your guys' offense.
So, and listen, I get it. What's up, Brett? How you doing, man? So I get that people, those of you that can't ever be convinced of it, won't believe this, but I think this is a kid that's going to win a lot of people over this year. And I think he's been misjudged. He's a winner. He has proven that over and over again throughout his career. His toughness, I think, cannot be ever questioned. I think eventually what he needed was the right support around him. And now I'm hoping that he has that right support. If Mike McDaniel is that coach we think he is, this should give this young man the stage he needed in order to shine. And what I love about Tua is this. This is not a guy you need to motivate to try to be great. He wants to be great. And he wants to be on that field. That's why he has worked harder than anybody else from after every single one of these injuries. And he handled the last 2 years like he was a 15-year veteran. When I watch Baker Mayfield come apart in every way, shape, and form, when they were trying to, first when they tried to just trade for Watson and it failed, he lost it. Whereas Tua had to hear this every day. He knew his coach didn't want him, and his coach was trying to lobby for Watson, and the kid never flinched and handled everything like a true pro. I think when you're mentally built that way, and you can handle Saban, and you can handle the 2 years under Flo, this kid is seasoned as a football player and is seasoned as a political football player off the field too, because he has seen the politics and the BS already up front. All you got to do now is fix the X's and O's in front of him. And if you know how to coach up the Jimmies and Joes and put them in the right spots, Tua's going to make the difference. And I think he's going to change a lot of people's minds this year. And I think he's going to win a lot of you over. And I think that's going to be, in a way, this might end up becoming a more satisfying way for Tua because he's going to end up winning over half his fan base who didn't believe in him. And eventually, when you go in not believing in somebody and then they prove you wrong, you become bigger fans of them because that's human nature. You know what I mean? That's the American way. We love the underdog. We love the person that proves us wrong. If you're a normal human being, you know what I mean? You weirdos might hold it against him for the rest of your lives, which I don't get that. But if you're a real Dolphin fan, you embrace the person that overcomes the adversity. You know what I'm saying? And that's half the battle. All right, we're out here at Caneswear, baby. 2511 South University Drive in Davie. My man Brett does an excellent job. No, you want to use this door over here and enjoy some great Canes, Heat, Marlins, Panthers, Inter Miami gear. There you go, young man. There you go.
Awesome.
There you go. Brett, how you doing, my friend? You doing good?
I am doing fantastic, Orlando. It's another great day in South Florida.
Were you doing a little relief pitching or something? Is that
I
why
was. It's when a little bursitis over there. It's it just seems to go. You bang the elbow all the time. Getting old is not always fun. You know, getting older, I should say. All right.
Listen, we're all in that same boat, my brother.
Everything is relative, though. Everything is relative. So, but all is good. We're excited. I mean, South Florida, beautiful weather, beautiful fans here, and we got. May not be doing the last game or two have been the way we've wanted to go in certain times, but what we got every single team in South Florida. Growing up in South Florida, we believe the Heat, Panthers, Hurricanes, Inter Miami, Marlins, everybody's playing on the same day.
I'm not worried about the Heat. I think they'll split. I think they'll do their job. I'm terrified with the Panthers. They killed me in that second game, man. And I've tried to stay positive throughout all these years and growing and watching all the growing pains and all that. But man, that is one. I guess they're in a position, unfortunately, Brett, that they have to win both games.
It's a must. It's a must. I mean, teams do come back. I was looking it up. Teams have come back in the last 30 years. I think it's been about 30 times teams have come back from 3-1 or 3-0. All right, where basketball, it's been about 10 times.
Yeah, basketball, it's almost impossible.
But chances are right now, the problem is we're down 0-2. We lost our 2 games at home, and we're playing a 2-time defending champions. That could be a dynasty.
Yes.
That's the problem. Their goalie,
right.
I mean, their goalie, their defense and their goalie, they just shut it down. Totally shut it down. I mean, he seems like he's 7 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, he is huge. I know he's only an inch taller than Bob.
Yeah,
makes no sense.
And by the way, Bob hasn't been the problem.
Bob has definitely not been the problem. I mean, obviously, it all starts with the power play.
And Barkov. First, I put Barkov, Huberdeau, then power play.
Correct, but
because your stars have to be stars.
Your stars. For years, we've always heard in sports like Barry Bonds, A-Rod, other
Kucherov did a no-look pass for the game winner.
Yeah.
That's a star being a star.
That's a star, totally. And they say he was out of position, but where was everybody else crashing the board? I mean, usually there's a guy behind the net. They've got somebody on him. There's a guy in front. We had nobody around.
Yeah, Uyghur screwed up there.
Yeah, it did, but I think it was the whole team fell apart there.
Yeah.
And I know nobody's more upset than they are. Obviously, this team wants to win. They should be. They want to win. There's no guarantee we were going to win in sudden death overtime.
No. But you had to find a way to split that series. You cannot go to Tampa down 0-2 And listen, Barkov and Huberdeau haven't woken up at all. You got past the Caps without Barkov and Huberdeau being a huge factor.
I think we got to.
They've done a little bit, but not enough.
Burnett knows much more than me about hockey, and so do quite a few people. But I think they got to switch lines. One's got to be on one. They can't be on the same line anymore. They're both passing. It seems all the time.
Yeah.
They're both looking to make the perfect pass.
You know what's the screwed up part? I said it today, and I said it yesterday too on the show. If you fail here, you may have to part ways with one of them to go get some other dog. Well, go find some disgruntled star somewhere and trade him for one of these guys. But no kids. Okay, you need a son of a bitch.
Well, I
they don't. The problem is Huberdeau and Barkov are Bam, and they're not Butler.
Mm-hmm. No, they don't have that killer instinct. You're
right.
Yeah,
they need a Jimmy Butler.
Jordan had that killer instinct.
I just need you a Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
I don't need you Michael Jordan.
Exactly.
Okay,
Jimmy
that's too much. Just give me Jimmy Butler.
Exactly. But at the same time, hockey teams have been known. Look at, I mean, Tampa Bay lost in the first
Connor
round.
McDavid will cut your heart out, bro.
So can we get him?
So what's it called? Crosby in Pittsburgh. He will cut Yevgeny Malkin will cut your heart out. I need that guy. And I don't know if by now, let's be honest, is Barkov or Huberdeau going to be that guy?
They're gentlemen.
Exactly.
That's it. They're gentlemen. But can we win? The question is, did they make too many trades at the end? Could they have used Vetrano now? I know he didn't score for the Rangers there, but he made some big, not that he was there all the time, but he made some key plays for us.
No, always.
Yes. Always it seemed like come up with the game winner, and then we go ahead and get.
Well, Verhaeghe's the one that's played like a star.
He has kept us. If it's not for Verhaeghe, I don't think we get out of that first
round.
We
don't get out of the Caps. No, we don't get out of the Caps. Verhaeghe has played like what you want Barkov and Huberdeau to be.
Absolutely. So you know what? I don't think it's too late. We obviously have to win tomorrow. I think the NHL obviously pissed off the fans, but I don't know how much they pissed off the team, but they still got to win every game anyway. We go back to back now. Is that a good thing?
No.
Okay,
it's terrible.
It's better for them. Okay, are we going to see Spencer Knight in the second game?
Player safety, and we're going to have a back-to-back in the playoffs. But why can't we just extend it and have them play Sunday and then play Tuesday? And then what's the deal? I don't get that. Doesn't
the NHL, obviously, Gary Bettman could have stepped in and gone ahead and said, we understand ESPN wants the Rangers, but we're going to go ahead. Good catch. But we're going to go ahead and And, give the Rangers Wednesday to ESPN for the money. We understand it's all about money, sports, and give the Panthers the days they did, the same days the Heat. But bottom line is I do believe that the Panthers can come back. I know I'm a wishful thinking type of guy. We got the Heat tonight, right? You got the Heat culture going on. That's a great shirt we've got.
They got the shirts here.
I love that shirt.
Yes.
Got the great Vice type colors.
And then we've got
the reverse white hot, right?
That's right,
Anybody can wear the white hot and white. We got the white hot and black.
That's right.
All right.
This is a great shirt for a babe.
Absolutely.
So
Anybody.
if you got a babe at home, bring them right here.
There you go.
To Caneswear, so you can get the white hot shirts.
All right. So the Heat.
What else do we have here for white hotness?
For white hot, we've got some white shirts. We've got some other shirts. We got the most Heat shirts we've had. We've got about 7 or 8 different kinds.
You know what? I was checking out those hats of like odd colors.
Yes, those are cool.
Those are super cool because I notice how a lot of people like to mix and match. And so maybe you're wearing something that doesn't go with Heat colors or Canes colors, but you still have your Canes and Heat logo with like a yellow or a blue hat or so. It's like an odd colors, man. Awesome, great.
Those are the fashion colors for a new era. We've got them for the Heat. We've got them for the Dolphins.
Marlins.
We've got them for the Marlins. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we've got those for those 3 teams. Unfortunately, New Era doesn't have the Canes, so we don't have them for the Canes. But Heat, Marlins, Dolphins, really cool fashion hats. Because, it's not
and
always
the Marlins gear you have here is so cool, by the way.
Thank you. The old-fashioned Morgan logo. We always love the old F.
Yeah. But the new stuff is
yes.
I could never stand the Loria stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I hated that freaking logo. I hated that Maroon 5 logo. Because that is what it is. It's the Maroon 5 logo. But this new logo that Jeter came up with, I love it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still love the classic, but this one I like a lot. And you've got them, again, in all kinds of colors.
Yes, we do. We go know the selection right now we have is for all the teams we've got. We've obviously got a lot of Canes, more Canes coming in. Excited for the season with Mario. Got a lot of Inter Miami items, Canes, Marlins, Panthers. And we need a bigger store at times because there's so many teams right now.
Again?
Yes.
You're going to expand again.
We may have to. Let's see. September comes along, we start winning. You never know. Yes, we don't know. Do we really need that hairstylist there anymore? Okay, nothing personal about you guys at the salon. The eye doctor, do they really need to be there?
By the way, he moved from another spot. Well, no, you were that way, right?
Bro, we were in a little warehouse. You remember the warehouse?
Well, no, you're in the warehouse before here. But no.
Warehouse.
But you've moved a second time
just
from here.
We were by the Spadas.
Yeah.
And then my landlord, Beth, said, you know what? We're messing up the whole plaza by you being over here with it. So we got to go across. So we built a new store on the other side. So, yeah. So it's now, and that was about 17 the last time the Canes were solid. So. Right now, good things. I'm excited about the Canes, the Dolphins.
Oh man, are you kidding me?
Excited right now. So
we got Saban nervous.
Exactly, he is definitely nervous.
How sad is it that he goes after Dion for getting one guy?
Yes, he picks that.
He gets 10 of those guys every year, and
these guys have been driving cars forever. They've been doing everything. So the problem is, I think that is unlike him because he's very polished, Saban. That he lost his cool. I think that's going to backfire on him.
Big time.
Okay, now he's not.
Investigations are coming.
He's not going to have Emmerich to go ahead and save him all the time now. I mean, he realized, I think he saw the writing on the wall and said, I'm out of here. Yeah. The Canes are getting good. Everything's happening. This is the 80s all over again. We don't want to go here. We don't want to stay. We don't want to be a part of it.
Well, tell them about Caneswear. If they order, what do they got to do?
All right, so right now we got a lot of things going on for Caneswear. Memorial Day's coming up. We got a lot of great Memorial Day type of shirts. Support the troops. Remember, veterans always get 10% off. Doesn't matter, 365 days of the year. We support the veterans. But Caneswear, you can go on caneswear.com. On our website, $99 and up is free shipping. Jeff and the shipping team are lightning fast shippers. They can get things out very, very quickly. Same day, a lot of times. They're always racing around. Come in the store, 2511 South University Drive. Father's Day is coming up in a few weeks. With the Father's Day headquarters. Find everything you want for Dad over here. So just stop by the store in Davie at corner of University Drive and Nova Drive, or go ahead and visit us online, caneswear.com. You can check out all of our social media too. And right now, Big O, it's our 13th year in business. So
wow, bro.
We're going to be doing some big specials too pretty soon. So stay tuned for that.
There you go. Caneswear.com, $99 and over, free shipping, correct?
Absolutely.
So there you go. Check it out and order anything, man. Go on the website, wherever you're at, wherever you're watching us. Because I know you guys are watching all over the world.
We ship all over the world, to Europe, to APO, everything like that. We ship all over now. and we get it there pretty quickly as well.
And we got people watching all over the world, so they know they can go to Caneswear. Go to caneswear.com and order. Brett, as always, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Orlando. Always a pleasure. Love having you here at the store.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. It's always an honor to be here with you. Thank you, sir. All right, a little Caneswear, 2511 South University Drive in Davie. Another thing I want to do, when sports and business collide, Sean, you know what we get? We get the KSDT Sports Business Report. Have you been watching a lot of the USFL? Honestly, a little bit. I watched the first week, and then over the last couple weeks, I've just watched like sparingly, a little bit here, a little bit there, but not a lot. And I thought I would watch more. I got to be honest with you. I thought I would, and I have not. Now the Walt Disney Company and ESPN has reached an exclusive multi-year agreement to broadcast the XFL regular season and playoff games. The league is set to kick off on the 18th of February next year in a 40-game regular season schedule and 3 playoff games, 2 semifinals, and a championship match. The game will air on ESPN networks as well as other Disney networks like ABC, FX, and ESPN+. The XFL initially started in 2020, but 5 weeks into its 10-week inaugural season, the league shut down due to COVID. In August of that year, actor and former professional wrestler Dwayne Johnson, along with Danny Garcia, his ex-wife and business manager, and their partner, Redbird Capital, purchased the XFL for $15 million. So we'll see if it works out, and I don't know if it will or not, but I will say this. I thought I would watch a little bit more. Maybe I'll watch as time goes on, but they're going to have to somehow find a way to survive and create a minor league system, and then create the one thing about these guys. You remember He Hate Me? You still remember He Hate Me, right? From the original XFL. That's actually Rod Smart. Exactly. Very good. You even remembered the name, and he played for the Eagles and the Panthers, if I'm correct. He also played for the Carolina Panthers. The bottom line is that was good that you remembered that. That's marketing. And I think you're going to have to steal a page from wrestling. Okay? You're going to have to steal a page from WWE or the Root Beer League. What's that? AEW, ANW, AEW, right? The Root Beer League. You're going to have to come up with characters, bro. You're going to have to come up with storylines. You're going to have to make it somehow some kind of a male soap opera. And like him or hate him or whatever, Vince McMahon is a marketing genius. And when he did his XFL, yeah, it wasn't perfect, but there were things about it that you can steal from it. And one of them is He Hate Me. I think it's important to do that because if you're not talented enough, then you need to add some other elements to it and entertainment elements to it. I don't know how you do it, but you're going to have to find a way to create some kind of storylines with all of that stuff. And if you do that, then maybe you got a chance at drawing some kind of an audience and building some kind of an audience. But if not, same thing's going to keep happening that's happened to all of them. They all are going to fail and shut down eventually. So what can I tell you? What else do we have here that I wanted to talk about on the program? Do you see do you watch Saturday Night Live much? Never? You never been a Saturday Night Live guy? Really?
I'll tune in every once in a while if I like a guest or a musical guest, but no, I don't really.
So
I've been followed on YouTube with the good ones that they have or whatever. I watch the older ones, but I don't watch the new ones.
So as an old man, I've been watching Saturday Night Live since I was a kid, right? And you go through all these cycles, and when you lose stars, whether from, the Aykroyds to the Belushis to, the Sandbergs and you name it, right, over the years. Well, we're going to go through another one now. Pete Davidson, Aidy Bryant, Kate McKinnon, and Kyle Mooney are all expected to leave Saturday Night Live after its 47th season tomorrow evening, according to a person familiar with the matter. The actors' departure are likely to draw a new burst of attention to the long-running program, which typically uses its summer hiatus to recalibrate its cast of players and contributors. NBC declined to make producers at SNL available for comment. And look, we all go through this every time. Oh, man, how are they going to make... And again, missing Pete Davidson's big. Kate McKinnon, man, I mean, that she is like one of my all-time favorite characters. Kate McKinnon. She is, I mean, she's just so good at so many things she's done over the years. And again, it survives, okay? Over the years, it survives, and the different generations and the different cast, and we adjust. And usually they end up still coming up with some pretty good programming, and you still laugh. I mean, the headlines with Colin Jost and what is it, Che? What's it? Michael Che? It's that thing's always awesome. They always do a great job. But Kate McKinnon, I am going to miss. Can I give you something that is really hard? You've been watching Saturday Night Live for a long time? Okay. For those of you who've been watching Saturday Night Live for a long, long time, I don't mean anything bad by this. I think it's just kind of a coincidence, and it kind of goes with the territory of the profession. Okay? Name 5 fine-ass women that have been hosts that have been on Saturday Night Live. Pat? And Superstar too, right? No, seriously. Like Kate McKinnon might be the most pretty SNL, you know what I mean? I'm a big Faye, she's good looking, but there aren't a lot. Think about it, okay? It's been around 50 years. From Gilda Radner back in the day, great talents, but notice how you really don't have babes that end up becoming the actresses. Okay? I can't judge the guys. I don't know if there've been Murphy could be considered a good-looking dude. Not a lot of the guys also, now that I think about it, you know what I'm saying? Not a lot of them can be considered like GQ type, guys. Not a lot, but on the females, notice how it just seems that like funny women aren't necessarily babes. You know what I mean? Like you can't come up with 5 babes. Like Tina Fey, for me, might be the hottest one of them all. Kate McKinnon might be the most pretty of them all. And they're of the new version more than anything else. But overall, comedic women usually are not babes. Yeah, Superstar, right? Exactly. Yeah. She was okay. She was okay, but it's just not right. I'm just saying, it's just one of those things. It's crazy, right? It's just weird, but yeah. Kate McKinnon playing Justin Bieber and acting tough, drinking out of a juice box. Yeah. That's awesome. But yeah, they're going to make some changes, man. And Kate McKinnon's gone. I'm going to miss Kate McKinnon because she is freaking awesome. Mad props to her. All right, we're out of here. We thank Brett and all the great people out here at Caneswear as always. Mr. Rouse, thank you, sir, for coming by. Sean Stanley, you are a stud as always. Ira Winderman, we thank him for joining us. We thank all of you out there. Appreciate you. We will see you on Monday. We will be in studio, same time, same place, same bat channel. Have a great one.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.